What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're finally tackling this Bwoody intake install. Wow, thing's been sitting here for a bit, haven't been able to do it. No excuses necessary, we're gonna do it now. So, quick glancing at the instructions, the destructions. It says the first thing to do is to disconnect the negative side of your battery to prevent a cell. I know this is always some kind of like hot topic. Do you do it, do you not? I always stay on the side of caution and do it. So, cool thing about this Jeep, I'm going to show you. So I never knew this, but the battery is actually underneath the passenger seat. So basically, if you're looking to get the battery out or access the battery, you have to push the seat all the way up and all the way up. Your actual goal here is to access this little hatch right down there. This is a little piece of plastic here. Well, not really little, but you're going to put your hand in. Don't be afraid to muscle this a little bit. And basically, that's where your battery is going to be. So I'm going to pop up the rest of the tabs and disconnect the negative side of the battery so we don't have any issues with that. Okay, so as you can see, hopefully we've disconnected the negative terminal and we can start our process. And this is where we're going to be working today. Not anything too crazy, but we're going to make it work. So what we're going to end up doing, pulling the instructions out. The only thing that's going to be different, in my opinion, from looking at some videos between this and like the 18, is just a couple little extra things here. I think this or something might, this is just stupid. And also, don't worry about this red light that you're probably going to see the whole time. I am not getting attacked by a sniper. That is just a garage like parking reference, so I know I've pulled in far enough. I needed it for the Charger, don't actually need it for the Trackhawk because it's a shorter vehicle. I never have an issue pulling in, so we're just gonna roll with that and we're gonna see what we can do here. Let's get this bad boy off. This thing is just ugly and it's really annoying me, so let's do it. So basically what it's doing is it's telling us to remove some plugs. That's one of them to take off, and whatever this is, I do know in the pictures here, so we're gonna unplug that. We're gonna unplug this gently and let's see what's holding it on here. In the picture here, this is separate from that tube, so that has to come off. I guess we're gonna take a little flathead here. Try our best. So you just take a flathead, you just, I guess, do that. Does this whole thing come out? Alright. I guess this comes out. Tab here. I guess that has to come up. Okay. So that's the way that goes. First you remove this, and then you're able to pry up. And I guess just put this aside for right now, because I know this is going to come out together like that, and we're going to have to do a little bit of modifications to get that off. Alright, let's proceed. So the next step is to take an 8mm. Guess we're just going to leave just enough room. You know, I want to go enough to get it completely loose. Okay, so the next steps we're going to do, or what I just did, is there's a couple screws here. You can use flathead, Phillips. What I just did was I put a longer extension and I used my same 8mm. So there's one here, right here, there's one here, and then down here, let me see if I get the light. There's also one right there. And there's going to be one right here. That should be enough to take this lid off. So let's do that. Is that it? So, quick advice, when you're pulling this top hat off, try to push down and out a little bit. It does have these little like hook mechanism situation right here where it's got a little ridge, and that does stick, and it does stick under here, so you're going to want to get that out before you start pulling like a madman like I would have usually done. I mean, we're going to skip ahead a little bit, but I know this is going to come off this intake. It's going to be fun to do that. So from here, you're just going to be able to pull off this filter. So the next step is to pull up on this. Now, there's going to be this, and something right in here. So you're going to have to use a little bit of strength-a-roonies here, and you're going to be pulling up. I did pre-loosen it, so I knew what I was talking about, but it's pressure fit. There are these like rubber grommets on all 3 spots, and that's how that box comes off. So I'm going to put this gently to the side, because you know, you don't want to just be a brute, you know. This thing should come out too underneath it. So before you start yanking, there is a clip here that's attached to this box, this wire. So you're going to want to free that, and then you should be able to pull this whole thing out. You should be able to. So we're on to the next step here, and basically this step involves removing these 3 plastic rivets. Now, I could use my Dremel, but my daughter's sleeping, so what I'm going to try to do is just squeeze them off. So let's see how that goes. So once you're done taking your snippers and cutting this off. Now I did it this way just because not everybody has access to a Dremel, and that's not the only reason, but you know, obviously my daughter's sleeping, but not everybody has access, so let's do it with the most minimal required tools. Now when you pull this up, that's it. Solenoid's going to be in your hand. You're going to take this bad boy, put that aside, and right here it tells you we're going to be removing this O-ring. So let's do that. The next step here is to spray a lubricant, which I actually have that, inside of the 3-inch hose you received in your kit, which will be this hose. So spray it inside and slide it onto the piece of the solenoid that you removed the O-ring from. So we're going to take this hose and we're going to put this on here. So let me get some lubricant and lube it up. F that! We're going to film how annoying this is, because this is going to hit the intake. And then we're going to show how we did this. This is nice and tight now, and we're supposed to leave this loosey. And I think we're going to take this bolt out of the coil pack. I don't know how big this fucking bolt is. I know with my luck I would drop this mofo right in, just so I don't lose my mind. This is where we are right now. This O-ring here has to come off so that you can shove it in the hole the way God intended. This thing's sitting pretty. This thing is gonna have one hell of a big ass bend, but whatever. So that's not even in there yet. Let me just remove that for a second here. Alright, so for this, what I was doing wrong was I was using the wrong bolt for here. So there's a supplied bolt that comes with the kit, and I guess you're going to put that there, put the bracket in between it, and then put this in between the bracket and the coil pack. Which, if I had tiny ass little hands like a Santa Claus elf.
I literally did it, I could do it.
You have tiny ass little Santa Claus elf hands?
Compared to you, hell yeah.
Alright, hold on. So they do say we can gently Okay, I guess so. I guess that's a true story. Let me try to do a little more here. Maybe I'm just gonna break off. Alright, I just gave myself more clearance somehow. Alright, so this thing is, it's easy to bend. It's looser than that girl you slept with on prom night. Just chilling like that, right? This is gonna be like a big Ben Roethlisberger. That's what this is gonna be. Alright. Okay. It's not as bad with this bent down more. Obviously this whole thing is hideous beyond belief. Like a really bad case of acne. But it's alright. This gap is so tight, but it all fits. Just do one last little walkthrough before we start it back up. We tighten this, we tighten this. This looks good. We just gotta make sure this is all tightened, clipped. We push this AC line down a little bit. We got clearance, nice and tight. We got clearance, very little bit, but we do got clearance. Then we got clearance. There's a lot of clearance. Feels nice and tight. This is nice and snuggaroo.
You ready?
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's it, guys. We're gonna wrap this video up. Full disclosure, I have the shield. The shield will be going on. Problem with all of this is for the video. I'm not gonna put it on right now. I'm just not gonna put it on. I've got a lot of things happening with the design of the intake tube, with my engine covers, with lots of things that it makes no sense right now at this moment to put that on and then have to take that back off. So for right now, that's staying off. That's why it looks like this, but there will be a shield. This is where we're at right now. You got some sound clips. It's not too many sound clips, but it's so much louder, so much more enjoyable. And I can tell you this one thing before we end this video. When I put the Corsa exhaust on, I didn't get as many backfires, burbles, cracks. I know a lot of you guys like that. I didn't have as many. As soon as I put the intake on, it's like a whole new beast. It's just, you know, you let off the gas a little bit, keep it into a gear, and it's just like, it's like driving a completely different vehicle. It's insane. I absolutely love it. I'm having zero temperature issues. The intake's great. The fitment's pretty damn good. The only thing I can't stand about the intake is basically a design flaw by Jeep and Dodge and whatever. It's just a stupid... I hate this. This is horrible. It's so ugly, and it wasn't on the 18. I don't know why the solenoid's here and in view like this, but when the shield's in place, this will be hidden pretty well. And one other thing why I love Bwoody, before I go, look what they sent me. I asked them, you know, is there any way to get rid of this orange? Do you have another coupler? And they overnighted this. The customer service over there is phenomenal. The staff's great. The products are great. I'm very pleased with it. And yes, the reason I'm getting rid of this orange is because I'm probably getting rid of that orange. So I want to just tie in the whole engine bay. That's just one little piece. Lots of things are happening. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you are an OCD OG, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching, for standing by me, and I'll see you guys on the next one.